Hi everyone, how are you guys? Today we are doing a very special series. This is about women empowerment, not only just women empowerment, guys. This is about financial management for women. It's not only for women, actually, it is for everybody. Everyone needs to know their finances, and everyone needs to know how to actually manage finances. And actually we will keep this topic very aside, and we'll keep this topic for tomorrow. We will reject to learn about this topic, but it is time, guys. We have to learn. We all have to learn about this topic. It is very essential. So with us today, Madhuri Chopurala, financial analyst from Bay Area, is there. Let us talk to her and know what is actually financial management. We will do a series, but today we will just learn the introduction of financial management. Hi, Madhuri. How are
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you please tell our viewers about financial management, because we don't know. I personally haven't done any financial management by myself, because I by default give that thing to my husband, and but I really want to learn.
Okay.
I
Thank
think
you, first of all.
many people are there like that. Sorry, many people are there like that who just don't get into that area. But I think it is essential for us to learn, right?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Madhu, for giving me this opportunity, first of all, to be able to speak to the community. I'm a big believer of community, and I want to take time to educate them. So, which I believe is very, very important. It's not just finance, any information that's useful to the communities. They need to be aware, and knowledge is power. Once you know what you're doing, once you know what education you will be in the driver's seat. So, meaning you are taking control of the things, and that's a huge asset for yourself. You invest in your own education. And coming to my background, I have 22 years working in the finance or the banking industry. And I also have my own firm right now. I'm a business consultant, and especially from the finance side. I meet a lot of families, and then we educate them. And we go sometimes give workshops, and they're useful to them in understanding the personal finance. And we are talking about small businesses, sometimes anything that a person needs. So sometimes it's educating themselves about their immediate family protection. It could be immediately about their savings. What do I do with my savings and all? Or it's actually understanding about their high schooler, like their high schooler is going into a college education soon, and so they want to be educated in what's coming up. And there are a lot of financial terms that they are not aware of, and so we educate them in those concepts. Then comes the retirement planning. So people will be asking us, like, I want to retire in a particular year. So they say, I want to retire as early as 45 years. So some people want to retire at 60, 65. And we all want to, of course, we all want to retire early and enjoy our luxurious life. And it's not a choice for many of us.
Yeah.
The reason I say this in America is itself, right? US is one of the wealthiest country, but in spite of that, there are many, many families who can't even think of retiring. They work paycheck to paycheck. It's unfortunate that these situations are there. They are not at all having any savings. And why is this coming? They work very hard. It's not like they do not have a job. They have a job. They're continuously working. They're putting a lot of hard work, but in spite of that, they are not able to meet their ends or even think of retiring. So those are the conditions. So it's very unfortunate, and we come back with that financial education. We come back with the financial research, and coming back and justifying why they need to do this, and this has been going for what would happen to your money in a time is a big factor in finance. So we educate them, and especially personal finance for a person. Their
Uh,
finances are very, very important, how they manage it. So
where do we have to start, Madhuri? So when do we have to start, and where do we have to start? Like, give a general lesson today.
sure.
So yes, please.
Okay, thank you. And I will be able to share my screen just in 1 minute, and then we'll take it from there. Thank you so much. Are you guys able to see my screen?
Yes.
All right. So, as part of the financial prosperity for communities, we do these informational sessions,
Mhm.
and so we are talking about building everybody's future. We are talking about their current situation. We understand, we take an analysis on that, and then we take control of the money that we have, and we are building everybody's future. That's the powerful way, I would say. So, what are the four things that are very, very important, right? So, you have to, first earn money, save money, protect your money, and grow your money. These are the four different concepts. But again, I'll come back to what is happening right now. There are a lot of questions in the communities. You can see in North America itself, there are a lot of uncertainty in the labor market, and we're not even talking about COVID. Even before that, we had a lot of challenges as such. They are losing their jobs, or they are replaced as they grow old in their career choices. They're replaced by younger workers, and we have a lot of manufacturing jobs are moved overseas to cut the cost. Like, these are all the uncertain labor market. So and again, the second point is, you can see that many people have to work beyond 65 years of age to survive. Even we are talking about a retirement, what's happening in their retirement. So that those are the savings and having a high debt. If you have a low savings and have a high debt, so you can't even imagine about going back and retiring at a 65 years old. That's a norm, right? So, and we are talking about the high cost of education. I have a high schooler, like I know how much college planning amount that I need to plan and save it. So this goes on, like for every family, they have one kid, two kids. How much is the cost of education? It's actually growing, and with the inflation and the college debt they're going to have. Even when I talk to some of the families, they still have some dues, or we call them as a debt, from when they were completing their masters, when they're completing their MBA degree. They still have the student loans. So we talk to those families, and we want them to be working towards clearing those debt. Okay, so that's very, very important. And you can see that the budget deficits and many of the workers, for per retiree, we have these programs and rising healthcare costs every year. As you know, if you're seniors as such, right, in the family or yourself, when you are in that age, you can think about what kind of support I get when I'm actually going into a retirement program, being a senior, right? And also my healthcare costs are growing so much. So these are the two things that are very, very important. The major, that is where the challenges are. So any person can look at this, and these are all touching the personal finance for a person. For a person, these are the big topics: retirement, your college education for all your kids, how are your savings, how can you grow it, and you can lose your job any day. So what will happen to my family if I lose my job? And what will happen to me if I'm, many situations, many questions. Yeah.
So
Okay.
how actually the money works? Can you tell how the money works in this whole situation?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. That's a very wonderful question, Madhu. Thank
Mhm.
you. So, for a person to build a strong financial foundation, or to even to understand how money works completely,
Mhm.
these are the four, topics. So, you need to understand that first you need to make money. Everybody needs to start working and make money. This, you have to save the money that you have earned. Many people are very good at earning, but they see a lot of leaks in their bucket, right? So the bucket, what they have, those small holes, you do not see them. Yeah, they're leaking, like a lot of this money that gets spent in, like $200 there, $400 here, $500 here, that goes, and you think you are rich, but no, you're not. So saving money is very, very important. And accumulate money, this is also considered as growing money. So I put it in my savings, and how much we get for a savings. And whereas actually the accumulation money is like growing that money. If you keep in the savings, how much you're going to get in terms of interest. Best if you put that into some kind of a growing bucket, how much it's going to accumulate. And the fourth biggest bucket is the protecting money. The reason I say this is, you need to protect your income sources. So whoever is working in the family, that's the source of income. You need to always think of to increasing that bucket, meaning everybody needs to think of ways like do a part-time something which is even $1,000, $2,000 are going to help and increase your money sources, right? So that is one thing. So again, understand how money works and make this money work for you. So many of the millionaires and billionaires, they understood this formula, which is called the wealth formula, how it works, then it's not your future. You don't have to keep it in anybody's hand. You take control of the things. You take the driving seat and you are learning and you control your future. So that is how it is. And so you can look at this mini graph that I put it here. So this is our protection bucket. So make sure your family is protected from life, health, and disability. Have some kind of a protection bucket there, and on top of that, and you have any debt. We have good debt, like if you have a real estate, that's considered to be a good debt, because over a period of time when you actually sell your house or whatever, then you get good. So that is a good debt to have. Whereas you might be having a car loan and all that stuff, you keep on paying back your education loans and all that stuff. So those are the debts. Make sure you have a plan for that, and reduce your liability. You have manage your debt, reduce your liability. That is actually the we always look for that. And every family needs to have a emergency fund. Emergency fund is when you lose your job, whatever is the market, labor market cut or whatever, how much do you have? Or a situation comes on to a crisis comes to your family, do you have enough to support your family? Like, do you have a 6 months emergency fund, or 1 year? I know some of my friends who are looking for job, they are out of the job. Unfortunately, they lost their job. Even after 14 months, they're looking for a job. Or some of them are like 8 months, I'm still looking for my job. And those are the situations we see. So if that crisis comes to, we have to anticipate and think, it's not just the job market. For any reason we wanted that 3-month break from our work, or whatever is the health reasons, do you have emergency fund to sustain it, your family needs? Then on top of that comes your savings and investments. So whatever savings you have, you can actually add up and put it in a growth bucket. As I said, it's accumulating money, and that will become your investments. And I'll give an example. Some of the when I speak to the community, I come across many of the people are like, they have no protection bucket whatsoever at the bottom. So they go back and they have some debts, they'll clear. So, and they might have some emergency fund, but they are very, very interested only in the investments, or they're interested in the savings. So when you look at that, which is good, you're putting some effort into investments, but you're completely bare at the bottom, meaning you're at the bottom, there is no protection. So which is not a very, like, think about a house. If you want a house to be stable, you want a strong foundation, and the other things are your structures, your windows, your house, the first floor, second floor, whatever you want to build, but you need to have a stronger foundation. That's exactly how financial foundation works. So without having a proper protection at the bottom, where you are saying that my family is protected, every person in the family is protected, there is no point in building up a lot of investments or assets at the top, because you are prone to, anytime something happens, that financial plan is actually, we can see that it is very, very weak. So I hope I gave some information on how the money works, and also these are very, very important in terms of personal finance, and every person should be aware of these financial terminology.
So next time we would definitely want to learn about where to start from. If I have $1,000 of income, so how to actually segregate that? How much do I need to save? How much do I need to put in the protection and the disability fund, and then manage the debt? And how much can I actually take a loan? So actually, I want to learn that thing. Do you want to tell that in this session, or do you want to go to the next session? And we want to see you in the gallery.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely. So let me see. So I think that's a very good, this information is, we can't show everything in the one session, but again, I have some workshops that we generally do. So I'll just talk a minute about how we can accumulate wealth. And then after that, I'll show you some of the workshops list, and maybe Madhu, we can do, break it down into a couple of smaller sessions, and maybe that way we can take some questions from the community. And then, if they have any questions, we
Sure.
can open up the topics too. Okay. But
Sure.
generally, this is how the money work, right? So we also talk about this as the X curve concept. It's a very, kind of like concept, like, when you're younger, you're taking care of your family, and then you're, of course, this is exactly how it goes. As you grow old, your wealth should actually grow higher than wherever you have started. Okay. And then when you're younger, you're less secure, right? So, but again, you need to become, as you grow older, you need to have more security in your life. You need to take control, meaning you have to take care of control of your future. So when we are young, as we are settling down, and you have a lot of responsibilities and all that stuff. Of course, you can save a lot of money then, but as you become 35, 45, 55, and you grow older, you have to put more money into your retirement plans, or you want to do more security things, like things that will help you in the future. This is what we call as an X curve concept. And then the general rule is 10-20 rule, meaning if consider a income for something that's an income for a family, whatever is that income, like in whatever sources of income that your family gets income, so multiply that by 10 times, and that is how much of you need to protect your family. 10 times of that. So for example, you have 100,000, or maybe 150,000 in as an average Bay Area salary, right? So you can look at some of these terms, and then multiply by 10. 1.5 million is how much a person needs to be protected in their family. You need at least 20 times of that income to have enough for your retirement, because you're considering how much you have today, and then you are taking 20 times of it. That would be considering the inflation, considering everything like the taxes and everything that you will be paying on that day. These are the very general terms, what I said, X curve concept or 10-20 rule. And of course, many even, like we teach that to the younger kids too. How does a simple interest work and a compound interest? And you can see that money doubles every 18 years. And so here, look at this, it's 9 years and it's 1.2. And what is it that is making here? The difference between all this is, it's not just the amount that is put, the age matters a lot. Here in all these cases, we have invested at age of 10. See how the compound interest especially makes that difference. So this is an excellent article that I thought maybe is useful to the communities to understand the magic of the compound interest. Okay, and I'll just, I think, quickly take you to the last slide here. And sorry about that. So here, these are some of the workshops that we do, the Financial Foundation educational program. And we do debt management, then they're coming into a strong financial foundation, proper protection, how do you build wealth, asset accumulation, retirement planning, and wealth preservation. These are all, workshops that are individually have a lot of details, and will be very, very useful to the communities. And then we can, at your own pace, we can actually plan it out, and then we can see if you want to have any of this information. Yeah.
Important thing is college funds for your kids. And why don't we do sessions on these things, so that I will be educated, and then our viewers will be educated too. You want to ask any questions, please ask the questions, give your comments though, so she will answer in the next session, and that will be useful to everyone. And
thank you so much, Madhu. Thank you. It has been a wonderful time here, and all good questions that you asked. And I am more than happy if anybody has any questions, you can always reach me. And thank you so much once again. I hope to see you guys in the near future, and we'll do a wonderful session again. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe, please. And Madhu Vasanta Vlogs is here for you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Keep smiling, keep inspiring. Bye-bye.